slope and y-intercept in a problem situation to make decisions. And I felt like the cognitive level of the task was high because it did not have a clear path to the solution. And I felt like it stayed that way for the most part during the lesson. Students had to ask themselves questions like, what would be a reasonable number of lawns to be mowed per day, and then consider that while they were making their suggestion to Kyle about which person to hire. And they realized in a lot of cases that it depends, the advice that you would give to Kyle on which employee to hire did depend on the number of lawns mowed per day, that if you mowed less than 3, that Liz was best, between 3 and 8, David was best, more than 9, Mike was best. So one of my concerns was that it seemed to get at a system of equations ideas a lot better than a slope y-intercept idea. The slope y-intercept idea came up at the end when Jason was talking about his graph, and I think it was easiest to talk about slope and y-intercept in the graph, and that was the most natural place for it to come up in this context. And in the other representations of the problem, it was more natural to talk about it as a system of equations. So I felt like the task was good, but I'm not sure that it met our stated goal. I'm not sure that that's a bad thing either. In my class, we were going towards systems of equations, and so I was pleased that they did that, but I was also concerned that it didn't meet what we wanted it to meet, what we set out for it to meet, as well as I would have liked it to.
Okay.
But I felt like students did have to proceed in a creative and thought-provoking way, and it was with overall.